surprised I ain't really so that's I bet you're off by like he just did not talk about stuff. He did just stuff that's not even the API, you remember it? They didn't know I existed. He was like, until the guy son. I mean, that lights up.
Yeah. When we were just having a conversation, like an hour ago.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, I thought you were meaning him was talking. I was like,
The guy in the gray suit.
Yeah, Matt Curtis. I am too. Matt was a very high-stressed guy. He seemed I don't know. Yeah, seems alive. You can do it if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to carry it. Yeah, Matthew actually can help. You have to. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
He's here. I asked him if his Johnny
Yeah, that's what we heard.
He wasn't responding. They were with him too. No, right. He came in different days.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone else wants to, that you think should be here, I can know.
Okay, let's go.
I'll do it. someone wants to add more things.
Well, we all have about 10 minutes to talk about some checks.
I just.
So live for the conversation.
The flights from College Station are nice, but they're really expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you would have to land and drive back to the.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because you can't short stop.
Yeah.
The airlines get rid of them.
Yeah. Sorry, all heading out tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just didn't know if.
Well, they said that they had totally forgot about it. So I'm trying to recruit people.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I was just thinking like the significance.
Right. Yeah. I know. Sarah's family stuff.
No, but we're gonna be separated.
Yeah.
Whatever your comment.
I'm gonna ask him about it.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, we woke up for a short nap. What is Opa?
That was yours, I think. They brought it up, but I never said that.
Yeah. Okay, well, you can either just get Opa up or go sit. Do you want to get Opa up? All right, we're gonna go sit down then, okay?
I know, I'm like, I feel like I'm like,
You're never gonna get out.
Okay, let's go sit down.
That's already on.
Email? No, I have not looked at it. Hold up. Okay, where's the camera?
Yeah.
Oh.
Send me an email. See that. You guys got tissues or anything else you need?
I'm gonna grab the mic. Yep. That's all you're saying? I'm the token pastor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's not. Well, yeah. Check. I'm waiting for the signal. In theory, I'll have a mic in just a second. So. Wow, that got really quiet really fast. I don't know if I need a mic. Check. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Usually I run the sound, not talking in the mic. It's a little weird for me. So, thank you all. Didn't even make it 30 seconds.
You didn't make it. You gotta be.
For being here. We really do appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of people in this room that do right. probably some of you longer than I really have. I've been out here about 15, 16 years. Working with Hothead, and he's been in this area for, I think I was calculating like 35 plus years in Subway. So he's made an impact in this community, and we appreciate everybody showing up. I do have a webcam over here, so I'm gonna wave. Our brother Chris, who's his older brother, if you didn't know, Ray has a couple siblings. Chris is his oldest one, he's fighting cancer right now, he's in Seattle. So I'll share a few words from him. Becky is right here. I am the youngest one. I'm 9 years behind everybody else, so I got some cool stuff. I never would be that. But anyway, I'm going to be a little bit MC today. We're going to keep it going. We do have a timeline. We have a graveside service at 2 o'clock. You're welcome to join us for. We'll have a few things to get through. Check some of my notes here real quick. Again, thanks for being here. It means a lot. A lot of people come up and said a lot of really nice things about Ray. So a lot of people see these as a funeral, as a service, as a sad thing, and yes, it's sad. But I want you to celebrate Ray's life today. Think about all the good he did, all the people he helped, all the lives he touched, everyone here he's impacted, and way beyond this, whether it's Hothead or Rapid Fire or Subway, there are thousands of people he has impacted, and will continue to impact as long as we keep doing what we keep doing. I realize everybody here is not necessarily with Hothead, or that's cool. We appreciate every area of the community that he touched. He worked really hard, but he also loved to play extremely hard. And that was a lot of fun things with Ray there. Throwing parties, Ray and Kelly threw some huge parties. How many people been to a party? Okay, so like half the room. That's pretty cool. So that was a lot of fun. Racing razors was another fun thing. Anybody do that one? Anybody in the one I rolled over? There we go. 2 people there. So a lot of fun with that. Love shooting guns. I'm not much of a gun guy, but he's got a gun, basically a little range on his property, so that was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of the fun things we had with Ray. More planes, remote control cars, boats, helicopters, and drones than I can even keep track of. And if you didn't notice, we had some fun with this casket. Didn't know you could do that. We found out you could, and so we thought you would really appreciate that. Had a lot of fun doing that, and we'll go out in style. So, we're gonna quick order of service. I'm gonna share here for a second. I'm gonna invite my friend Pastor Chris up, share some encouraging words, and then we'll hear from Kelly and Katie. If we have time, we'll do a little bit of an open mic. So if you think about something, keep it kind of quick. And then we'll hear a couple songs. Ecclesiastes 3, if you're familiar with that verse, it's very common. It says there's a time, my version says there's a time to be sad and mourn and shed some tears. I already did that. It's okay. And we'll probably do some more of that today, guaranteed. But there's also a lot of time to celebrate and time to dance. And so again, we're just going to ask that you celebrate Ray's life today. Remember him. Remember the fun things. Again, he loved to work hard, really hard, almost never stopped working, but he loved to play even harder. And he took more pleasure in playing with having other people enjoy his toys, racetrack, boats, fireworks, parties, whatever it was. That is what I think really motivated him to do what he did. And I know a lot of you got to enjoy that. Some of you didn't. But yeah, that was just what drove him. So we got some time to celebrate, some time to laugh, and believe it or not, part of the verse says there's time to dance, and it's gonna happen. So, all right. I'm gonna have Chris come up now. Again, we're gonna keep this pretty short. Ray didn't like long meetings too often. He'd love to talk about a lot of things, but meetings weren't exactly his favorite adventure. So, Chris, come on up. I've known Chris for a number of years. He's been a really good friend, and we just invited him to, again, share some encouragement during this time. Sad time, but there's a lot of positive thoughts with Ray. So, there you go. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I did not know Ray. I was texting Peter yesterday. I may have met him. I had the privilege of doing Jason and Hannah's wedding, so one of Peter's daughters. And he was there, so maybe I met him, but I didn't know him like you know him. And I think of, you quoted Ecclesiastes 3, Ecclesiastes 7 says this, that there's, it's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting and dancing. And we will celebrate. This should be more of a party because again, Ray is a guy who likes to party. But the point that the author's making is that when you go to the house of mourning, when you come to a funeral, right? At first glance, that verse doesn't make any sense. Like no one wants to go to a funeral more than a party, right? But when you go to a funeral, you think about what really matters. You think about your legacy, your life, the way that you're spending your time. There's something about these moments that help us focus down on the things that are most valuable to us, on the things that make the most difference. And so today, I do want to jump in and party. You know, I didn't know Ray, but let's focus a little bit on the legacy that Ray left. And so the question I want to ask and just share with you a little bit is what do we do when we lose someone we love? Some of you have lost a father, a lover, a brother, a friend, a coworker, a boss. You've lost someone, and you've lost them. This is a moment not of gain, but of loss. And I don't have tons of loss in my life. I've been blessed not to lose very many people, but the one person I did lose at a young age was my dad. My dad was 62 when he passed away. And he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of leukemia on a Tuesday in October and died 3 days later on Friday. And I had to find out and figure out, I never grieved before, I never lost someone before. And I had to process through, what do you do when you lose someone that you love? And there's two things that I found that I did that I want to share with you. Number one, you mourn for them. So I want to talk about how we mourn for Ray. But then the second thing that we do is we honor them. Right? I wanted to honor my dad's life. I mourned for my father, but I also wanted to honor him. And so I want to talk about those things. So how do we mourn for Ray? What's the best way to mourn? And there's really two paths when it comes to mourning. And the first is a path of bitterness. In these moments when we've lost someone, it's very easy to settle into anger and frustration and what ifs and resentment and even guilt or shame over things you said or didn't get to say. And go down this path of bitterness that doesn't just affect you, but affects everyone around you. It leads you into cynicism. It lets you be that person for a long, long time. That's one path to take. But there's a better path. The proper way to mourn, that's not the proper way to mourn. The proper way to mourn should not lead to more tears and more sadness and more isolation. The proper way to mourn should be to lead to more tears of laughter, tears of joy, smiles, and gratitude. To be grateful. There's a way to mourn that's different than bitterness, and it's the path that goes to gratitude. Not being angry at the time that we didn't get with Ray. Right, I think about my dad. I have twin 18-month-old boys. You can pray for me. And my dad didn't get to meet those boys. And I could spend a lot of time being sad and frustrated, angry at the injustice of the situation of him being taken so quickly and so young. Or I can be thankful for the father that my dad was to me when I was a little boy. The memories I do have with him. And so I would challenge you to mourn well. The path of gratitude it looks like clinging to a lot of things, clinging to the good memories, clinging to the time that you had with Ray, right? Sharing stories with one another, sharing photos. There's photos all over the place. It looks like clinging for some of you. Some of you are people of faith. Like it means clinging to your faith, taking time for silence away from the craziness of this life and for prayer and for reading scripture and connecting with God. But most of all, it looks like clinging to the ones that you love. In these seasons of loss and mourning, the path to bitterness is real easy if we get isolated. But if we will cling to the ones that we love that are dear to us, there will be tears, but there will not be tears of bitterness. There will be tears of joy and thankfulness for the life that he lived. That's how we mourn well. We choose gratitude over bitterness. But how do we honor Ray? And I think that we honor the ones that we love by allowing the way that they live their lives to impact the way we live our lives. And so I would ask you to think about, how did Ray change your life? How did the way Ray lived his life impact the way that you should live yours? Not just good things, but also in his failures, his mistakes. He wasn't a perfect man. How do we learn from his mistakes? But how do we think back the things that he said that inspired us? The way that he lived that challenged us to be better people, to have purpose. We honor him by allowing his life to change our lives. I honor my father by saying the same stupid jokes he told to me when I was a 10-year-old boy to my 11-year-old son, right? That's how I honor him. I keep his legacy alive. And so if you love Ray, and if Ray has meant something to you, mourn for him. But mourn with tears of joy and gratitude for the time that you got to have with him. If you love Ray, honor him by allowing his life to impact the way that you live the rest of yours. And so we're going to spend some time honoring him. We're going to invite the people up that have known him best and loved him most. We're going to start with Kelly. So Kelly, come on up and share.
I'm not that good at that, so I'm gonna just put that here. Sorry. Need somebody to get the first couple words out.
You got it.
Ray Wiley was my soulmate. I looked for him for a long, long time. And once we got together, we were truly so happy. He might have said that I tricked him into our first date on Halloween at the Oregon District. We both really loved Halloween, as you saw in the pictures. But we had a blast, and we were forever connected after that night. Didn't matter if we were putting together sample packs of our dough box bags, something he invented and patented. Building our theater room, landscaping that huge yard, working open to close in the 3 brands we started together, Samara Sushi, Rapid Fire Pizza, and Wiley's Wings, Tenders, and Fries, assembling those crypto mining machines, or silently communicating only with their eyes, and that mine caught on fire. And the fire department was there. We loved being together, and we were the most amazing team.
Yes, you were.
We both love business and working, but we love to have fun and enjoy life. For our first vacation, I took Ray on his first cruise, knowing that his cell phone would not work, so he would not be able to work. And if I would have him all to myself, he was not good at stopping working for any length of time. When I told his family at a reunion that I had taken him to a comedy club, his daughter Katie said, "Cheers to Kelly." We love our resort to the Dominican Republic, and I believe that's his first trip out of the country ever. We have been to Italy and Germany and Amsterdam and a bunch of countries on our, I think, 5 cruises. But he drew the line on going to Cuba. He might have taken business rest, but he was not doing that. But he really missed out. It was a blast. When Ray asked me if he was allowed to put a racetrack at our house, which of course I said yes to, he thought I was just the coolest. And we truly thought we had it all, and we did. We had so much fun on that track, and so many of you did too. Ray was such a good man. He was so humble, such a hard worker, and his brain never stopped, never, ever. He was always trying to help people achieve a better life for themselves. And I know a lot of those people are in this room right now. He was a big kid. He loved big toys, but he was still happy in his Walmart jeans and tennis shoes. And anyone who knew Ray knows that's what he would have done. Except as a lot of people said, yes, he would have put the wheels on it. And tire motors. Also, many of you know that we weren't living together for the last year or so. And then it broke my heart, and I know it broke his. I didn't want anybody else. I really wanted free Wiley back. I fought tooth and nail for him, and I will continue to fight for everything he wanted to achieve. Sorry, no stop. I'm sorry. And I feel confident in saying that one of our favorite and most missed memories was dancing together on the back patio, which embarrassed Emily to no end. So I would ask that you please stand up and hold your person or another broken-hearted friend right now and dance to just a little bit to one of our favorite songs and tell your people how much you love them every chance you get. That's cute of
There we go.
Hug your people.
Yeah, there's a lot more to go.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, no, see. So how many people do really like to dance? It's like one hand. I'll tell you, that would probably all secret,
Secret dancer.
Our first date, he danced,
wow.
asked me to dance.
Wow.
That was it.
I am shocked by that one. So. She was probably wearing Walmart shoes, so. We're gonna have the ladies, come up next and share.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Okay, well, you know, some days he was a little bit Einstein, and on others, he was definitely a little bit more evil genius. But whether or not you agreed with Ray, you knew somewhere deep down that you were in the presence of someone special. Someone who was doing something and going somewhere, and if you were just a little bit lucky, might take you along with him. Most of us knew his insatiable creativity, his innovative mind, the way he was always inventing, always asking, what about this, and how about that, and what if we did this? It knew no bounds. Probably exhausted many people in this room. It knew no time of day, no time of night, no polite small talk, no limits. On car drives, in restaurants, over quickly consumed breakfast burritos and Jimmy Dean sausages, scribbled down on napkins and yellow legal pads, Ray had ideas flowing out of him like water. And I'm sure many of us remember all the different business ventures, the license plate t-shirt business. Anybody remember that? Yes. Hawking them at the Trader's World, you know. And bow tie window cleaners, okay, the window cleaners with the bow ties. And did you even know that he tried to get a Hallmark card, life-size Hallmark card endeavor off the ground? I remember as a kid that he would lug these wooden cutout cards out of his pickup truck. He would drive into people's homes, these teddy bears and hearts nearly the size of houses. You can probably think of a few of his zanier ideas to add to the list. He was always creating. And something you may not know, however, was that he was the lucky few of us that do know that he was, that after the laptop closed, which often would be late, or when he finally set the briefcase down, after he got up from his desk, at the end of the day, he loved, and he loved greatly. He really did. Doting even, especially on Kelly, making little and big offerings to those of us in his care. Before Ray was CEO Ray, he was still on the hustle, scrappy, and poor Ray. Some of my earliest memories are of him. He would pick me up from my mom's house, and he would have these plastic 7-Eleven or Speedway bags in his hands, and there would be flowers in them or a teddy bear, something trying to show the love that he felt with the fanfare of only impulse purchases can bring. I just remember him showing up with the Speedway gas station bags of little offerings as a kid. And most of us know that fame did not change those plastic bags, okay? I'm sure you have gotten a gift or two from him that was still in the bag. But he tried, and he let people know that he loved them. Maybe something you didn't know was that he was actually a bit of a poet. And on the same napkins and word files, he would often scribble down little lines of poetry, which for me, to learn that about him when I was a kid, it was just almost like a secret magic that he had. And anyone who went to Ray and Kelly's, they knew his great ability to love. You would see it, those trademark yellow Post-it notes, hand scribbled, you could barely read it, some of it did. And it would say, I love you, you're amazing, make it great. It would be on car dashboards and computer monitors. They were everywhere. The last memory that I'll share is in 2018, I came to visit Ray, my dad, during Christmas. It was a low point in my life, and I was struggling with my career and feeling a little lost, those times that some of us go through. And I sought his counsel, and I thought he would offer me some technical advice, to double down on my career or watch some YouTube videos, get tips, listen to some motivational speakers because we know he loved motivational speakers. But what he shared was so human. He said, do what you love and the rest will follow. Ray Wiley said that. Okay, not Ray. Okay. But he really did, I think, wanted us, all of us, to love what we do with our labor and his highest self, to follow our joy, really, and to take it all the way as far as we could take it. And of course, to be realistic, it doesn't always work out like that, right? No matter how hard we try, sometimes it just doesn't come together. And Ray would himself admit that. But what I do know is that if he were here with us today, he would surely want us to remember him by loving fully those around us. To show them in acts big and small as gas station flowers and as big as house-size Hallmark cards, that we love them. So as you go through today, tomorrow, and the weeks ahead, please honor my dad by telling your loved ones, I love you, I'm proud of you, I believe in you, and let them know that every single day. Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. A lot harder than you think the day before. You did great.
Thank you.
Some of you may know or not know that we have an older brother, Chris, or I should know a little bit earlier. Chris has been fighting cancer. A number of years. Waved at him, and it broke Ray's heart. It really did. So I think I mentioned I'm 9 years younger. Peggy, her sister sitting up here, they were 1 year apart with Chris, the oldest, Peggy, and Ray. I said they had a lot of fun, a lot of things I missed out on. So they grew up in, sometime in Florida with cousins and stuff, but I think I'm just kind of sharing for Chris here. I think Chris and you were probably the closest of all of us. Stories of Chris, defending him and get picked on with bullies. Stories of Ray falling out of cars with our mom around the corner and getting him, jumping motorcycles and going off jumps that they didn't know if they were landing on the backside of it. Just all kinds of crazy fun stuff that Chris would share with you, and Chris would share with you for like 3.5 hours. So, anybody met Chris? He's also a wife, and who knows. But in reality, they don't only spend a lot of time as kids, they spend a lot of time as adults. I mean, Chris is the eternal optimist, and the combination of those two would sit in Ray's house or dining room table and brainstorm, come up with business plans, figure out how to do this or that, and they would just go into the night. You crazy. When he'd come visit for a while, he lived out of a closet a lot. We put him in his own cubicle at the office or close the door. He would just be on the phone constantly. But if he was here, he would just tell you how much he loved it. And how much the friendship meant more than just a brother. It just really hit it off on a lot of things. Both a little crazy, but it was fun. And I had a lot of fun working with him and doing a lot of things. So just kind of want to share that on Chris' behalf. I lost my schedule. Peggy, do you want to share something? Or you want to share what we talked about?
I just wanted to add something that you all don't know about Ray. And Peter shared with me that Ray didn't talk about it. You don't know that Ray's life was a miracle from his birth. He was born and his lips started turning blue. And they found out that he had to have open heart surgery as a child. I don't know if any of you knew that. I don't know if he shared that, but if you hung out with him, you might have seen his huge scar that he grew up with from having open heart at 18 months old. And the miracle is that he had a defective heart valve. And the only pediatrician that was able to perform this surgery lived right where we lived. So we lived in Florida. So he was able to have the top surgeon doing really pioneer surgery on young babies. And so the fact that he lived was a miracle. And the other thing, they told my parents that he would probably not survive, that they prepared them ahead of time and said, Ray is probably, just prepare yourself, he's not going to live through this surgery. And it was really hard for them, it was crushing, and he did live. And so just his whole life from get-go was miraculous. My brother, some of the effects of having had a heart surgery so young may have affected him. He struggled in school, he had dyslexia, and nobody knew it. And so he was failing, and he didn't graduate high school. But he was a genius, obviously. And it's just an amazing miracle that, God saved him. And then he saved him again because that little tiny heart valve, this just blows my mind, lasted till he was about 54 to 55 years old. I can't remember when he had the open heart.
2020.
Yes, okay, he was 50, huh? 54. That little tiny valve put in a baby lasted until he's 54. There goes another miracle. But just that Ray had the hard work and determination, he jumped into restaurants as soon as he dropped out of high school. He was in a restaurant that happened to be on the edge of our neighborhood. And, he went from being a busboy to a millionaire in about, I was guessing 18 years, but I'm not sure. He was probably 16 when he moved out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the whole story is miraculous, that he just was able to do so much on his own. And nobody knew, we didn't know he had all these talents, And he was out there, and unfortunately, I didn't get to be with Ray as much as I was in Wichita and raising 5 children, and I didn't get to be as close to him as I would have liked to. So my great sadness is not to be with him in his retirement, or us to be together and share children and grandchildren together, But anyway, I just wanted you to know that Ray was a real miracle, that he was saved again. With heart surgery, and he had a lot of health issues, and God gave him a great life, right? So we do celebrate him. I thank you, Kelly, for the love that you gave my brother. And Peter, thank you. That you're here. Carry it on. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And my wrist, we're getting close on time, I'll be 2 people. Anybody want to share something real quick or a story? If not, it's totally cool, but going on. Quiet. All right, no pressure. So, yeah. I tried to think these couple days going into this, it happened very quickly, was kind of like Chris talked about, how did Ray live his life that was an example or impacted us. As I thought back about it, I just, he sees the opportunity. Matt Curtis was here earlier. I know they started Subway together earlier, we're early on, and he got an opportunity to get a Subway, and he took it, and he ran with it. I heard stories of them sleeping on top of the walk-ins, working open the clothes, buying everything on cash off credit cards, Katie living in subways. You know, he just went after that opportunity. And I think if there's something we can learn from his life is seize the opportunity and take it. When Chipotle didn't sell franchises, he started out in burritos. You know, he didn't see it as a setback, he saw it as an opportunity. And I would just challenge you to honor his memory. You know, if you have an opportunity, seize it, lay hold of it. 100%, they don't always work out. Man, if you don't try, you're never gonna know. You know, we're all here in this room because Ray took a chance and seized an opportunity and did something most people don't have the balls to do. Start a brand, start a franchise, and just do it. You know, we joke with the family, I think, in the office, everybody's ever worked with him. He was not ready to aim fire, he was ready to fire aim. And that was just how it got done. And he just did it. And it was gonna happen one way or the other. And the train's moving. And dear Lord, we're trying to keep all the pieces of the train on the track and keep it going. And that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna keep that train on the track, keep running and keep honoring his legacy and his life, his impact. And also challenge you that whether you're in the restaurant business or you work with us in Hot Ed or you do something completely different, you have an opportunity to impact people's lives, just like Isaac. He didn't just look out for himself. Everything he did was to give other people an opportunity in business and work and a job and play. I mean, everything he did was about giving other people the opportunity to do things and impacting their lives. And we can each do that in some fashion, some way. So I just, again, challenge you to honor him and look for the opportunity, seize it, and look how you can impact people's lives, in your own family, in your relationships, in your work, in your business, whatever it may be. So, all right. Pretty good. Let me try that time. There's a song we're going to play here next. You've probably heard the song Amazing Grace. There's a lot of grace in all of our lives in Ray's life. And I remember Peggy shared it with me, and he may have said this to some of you, he'd say, thank you for something he may have done for you. He said, don't thank me, thank God. He gave me the opportunity. Gave you the success. So thank God for the opportunity you have to have Ray in your life. And he just knew where it came from. He wasn't a super churchy guy, but he was spiritual. And we've had many conversations about that over the years. I know Chris has as well. So with that, the song's pretty cool. It's not the good old, boring Amazing Grace. It's kind of a rockin' fun version. So we're gonna listen to this song. It's called It's Really Amazing Grace. So Jennifer, you can hit play on that and crank it up a little bit. And then I'll have Pastor Chris come up and close in prayer. Keep going.
The seed of grace, like me, I was so close, but now I'm found. Now I see, singing hallelujah. Amazing
There's a few crashes on the track by both of my brothers.
I'll testify of what he did. He gave me life. I'm born again. My heart is free. My soul is saved. This really is amazing grace. I'll testify of what he did. He gave me life. I'm born again. My heart is free. My soul is saved. This really is amazing grace. This really is amazing grace.
Sorry. Well, one more quick thought here, and I'll give Chris. For those of you who might remember way back when we Ray started Hothead, I believe on the cup it said "Smile." Anybody remember the rest? Yeah. It's actually on the kind of backside of the casket, because I didn't hit the ground quite low, but it is on there. I just ask that you think about that phrase. Smile today, the world will smile back. And when you smile, think about Ray today. Share some crazy ass story from his life or party or work or whatever it may be with someone you know, kind of like Chris said. And yeah. So, Chris.
Let me pray. God, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for the gift of Ray in his life here. I pray that in the midst of our grief and our sorrow and our mourning and our tears, you would be near to us. One of the songs says that you are near to those who are brokenhearted, and you will save those who are crushed in spirit. And I pray that as we are brokenhearted and crushed down, you'd be near to us, and that we would cling to one another, we would cling to peace, we would cling to hope, we would cling to love and to sharing just the memory of Ray, and turning not to frustration, anger, and bitterness, but to just be grateful for the time we had with him. And we are so thankful for his life, and I pray that you be with us as we deal with this season of grief. In Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Jennifer is going to come up and just share some details of the closing service and the logistics for the great side. So.
This does conclude the services here today at the funeral home for Ray. Thank you all so much for coming out to share his story and honor his memory. We are going to be going in procession to Mount Zion Park Cemetery. So if you are going with us, please ensure that you have a flag on your vehicle. You have your four-way flashers and bright headlights on, and you stay close to the car in front of you as we will be a rather large procession. If you are serving as a pallbearer, please meet our gentleman out in the lobby here in just a moment. He will give you further instructions. And we are now going to be dismissing from the rear forward so that you may come and pay your last respects to the family. Again, folks, thank you all so much for coming out today.
Thank you. We'll see you at the grade day.
Great job.